Hi, Diamond Painting Addiction. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm sure we'll have a few more before long. I didn't put a scheduled notification up tonight, which was a little bit silly. But I didn't really get a chance. I've been quite preoccupied in the craft room today. A little bit anyway. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. What are you two ladies up to tonight? Are you diamond painting, or have you got other things planned? Working and lurking, or what are you doing? Oh, that's lovely. Well, as you can see at the moment, I'm doing a little bit on mine because I dare say later I won't be getting much done. Too much nattering. It's when you do your own live, it's easy. It's easier to just start work and read. Oh, Purple Peacock. Well, now then, I think I've done that one. Oh, Purple Peacock. Well, now then, I think I've done that one. All right. Or do I edit? I haven't got a clue. I wouldn't know where to start editing. I mean, no idea. I'm one of these where it's focus and click, or point and click, as you say, with the camera. I don't do any fancy stuff. I must admit, though, I have learned how to link to another channel, but that's about me lot. I sometimes forget where I live, so I'm not going to be able to remember a lot of stuff. Hi, Soulful Brush. Thank you for joining us. Oh, are you going live for the first time on Saturday? What time on Saturday? Oh, it'll be your time. You have to give me an idea of time. And hi, Karen. Thanks for joining us. Welcome. And I'll pop in and have a look at you. I love doing lives. I really do. I think it's, yeah, just do. Hi, Caroline. Oh, we have a spanner in the house. Thanks for joining us, Caroline. It's, yeah, it's nice. I love doing lives. I think Caroline does as well, because you meet so many nice people on here. Hi, GGDP. Welcome. Have you seen the Purple Owl? I've done the Purple Owl for a friend of mine. Hi, DP in NC, Elizabeth Inslee. Thank you for joining us. Lovely to see you. I call it the sassy owl because it's sort of a cartoony one. You can listen to Caroline forever too. Yeah, I love her. Hi, Karen Ingram. Oh, we've got one or two Karens in. Hi, Andy May. Hi, the Dutch. I just think they're more fun when you can sort of see what people are asking and be able to answer. Hi, Ashley. Welcome. I am working on still my, it's an Alice in Wonderland one, but in actual fact, hi, Jane Marge. Welcome. it's actually, I'm not that happy with it. It's a little bit, yeah. I put this on myself because this is who I like this better than the cellophane. I'll take them off so you can see. I don't know whether you can get a picture. This is Alice, and this is sort of like as if she's falling down the rabbit hole. And let's see, bottom. You can just sort of make out her legs and a skirt, but I'm just not, well, sorry about that. I'm just not impressed that much with it. I just think it's a bit, yeah, doing dishes. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. And I don't know whether it's because it's round drills, you know, because the round drills don't fill up the space like the square drills do. Now, I've done round drill paintings before and they've been lovely. But I don't know, I think it's just this one. I've got yours all packed up, Jane Mark, ready to come to you. Well, I'm saying I've got it packed up, I've got it in a parcel anyway. Yes, so we're going to get Jane, we're going to get our lovely Jane Margin to them and painting. I've got just the thing. So I think it might have looked better either in a big one, bigger. It's going to look too pixelated, I think, this one. So I don't know. Hi, Tanya Smith. Thanks for coming. Welcome. Yes, so I don't know what you ladies might think to that. I don't know. Is it just me? Am I funny? I don't know. Well, haven't we had some lovely news today? We have a new little royal in our family of royals. A new little baby boy. I am so, so happy for him. I love the royal family. I know a lot of people don't, but I love the royal family. I do. It's our heritage, and we should all be proud of that, I think. That's my opinion. You know, I don't make everybody else feel the same way, but it's just how I feel. I think, yeah, I do. I think we should be proud of them. And no, it's wonderful news. I mean, I've just been actually briefly on the Sun's live on YouTube regarding, you know, all to do with they're all outside. I keep wanting to say Buckingham Palace. It's not Windsor Castle. I don't know what they're all waiting for because I think he's been out once. He's not going to come back. Hi, Eskies. Oh no, don't worry. It doesn't matter. So yeah, so we've got a new little boy, and I think it's wonderful. And I can't believe what people are actually putting on the live chat. I saw one put, well, the surrogate will be slim now. What an awful thing to say. I can't believe it. I can't believe people can be so cruel. I'm just going to try and cover this up a little bit. Right. Me clips it up. Let me see if I can get that on my clips. Oh, I could be all right and stuff like that. Yes, there's some hateful people. I just don't understand it. I like doing lives, to be honest. And what I have done, I have been writing down look, things I'm going to talk to you about tonight. Now, I don't want anybody to think I'm big-headed. I'm not. Really, I'm not. But quite a lot of people have said they like the things I tell you, the stories, my stories. And my stories are actually what things that have happened in my life at some time. And I came across, it was something that somebody said last night, and I think I don't know whether it Caroline. I think it might have been Caroline. I don't know. Was on about don't know, not like it. Somebody said not liking getting drunk or something, or they got drunk or whatever. Anyway, I thought I'd tell you about my little, shall we call it, escapade. Well, I wasn't alone. My big brother was with me. My dad was a great one for doing all sorts of things, home brewed wine, home brewed beer, and all this kind of thing. But we used to go elderberry picking when the elderberries were out. And one year we got this enormous masses and masses of elderberries. And we'd all be sat there over at sink bowl with a fork in one hand and you've got your fork in one hand and you've got your elderberry sprig here. And we'd shove them all off at stalks with a fork into a big bowl. And then my dad would do the cleaning and the sugar processing and all the rest of it. And the way to get the elderberry wine, first you must get the residue leaves of syrup. That's your sugar and a lot of the juice and all that. And then obviously you go on to ferment the wine, but you're left with this syrup. Hi, Julie Derry. Nice to see you. Hi, Nan. Anybody else I've missed? I'm sorry if I'm missing you. Let me go through. I think I've got you all for a minute. Anyway, I used to love elderberry syrup. Absolutely. And my mum used to, because it winter time, and we got bottles and bottles and bottles of this elderberry syrup. And Mum used to boil the kettle up, and we'd have elderberry syrup hot. Dear, oh, down Art Addiction News, I love elderberries. I love elderberry syrup. I also like the wine. Now, there is a contradiction there because I don't like red wine. I'm like Caroline. I do not like red wine. But there's a but. Mum and Dad had gone out one night. They used to go out every Friday night. There was a group of them. We got a pub across the road. They weren't far away. We were, I would say, I'd be about 13. My brother was 15. And, you know, he'd be doing his thing in his bedroom. He made this game up that he used to play, football thing. And I just got on with whatever. I often used to... can you answer after you telling it? Do you go online buy when you do your diamond paint? Do I go online to buy them? Oh, do I go line by line? No, I block. I've got my colour, I've got black. I've got black in here. And I'm doing all my black. And then I'll do all another one and then another one. I do it colour by colour. Is that making any sense? So getting back to this night out Mum and Dad had, and I do believe it was round Christmas time. And so therefore my dad used to always go out with the next door neighbour, and there were one or two others on. We lived in a block of masonettes. We were on the upstairs level, and all along our veranda, because there was obviously a veranda to back doors. They were all the neighbours. We were all, well, my parents were all neighbours within neighbours, you know, all meeting up with each other, and they all go out. And anyway, this particular night, my brother, he was always a little bit bossy. He always has been with me, and he asked for a drink. Would I make him? He told me to make him a drink. So, what of? I'll have some elderberry syrup, he said. So I said, okay. Now he has a sweet tooth. And at that particular time, so did I. So we didn't water this elderberry syrup down. We just drank it as is. And after a while, I mean, we were drinking it in a glass like this, a tumbler. And after a while, we started feeling a bit sick. By the time Mum and Dad came home, we were more or less out for count. And we had, hi Tracy, and we've been drinking wine and not the syrup. So we were both lotto. And neither of us realised. Oh my God. My dad went balmy. Oh dear, he did. It was so funny. But he never made it again after that. Oh golly. But later on, as I got married and the house where I was living, we got a crabapple tree on front garden, front lawn. And oh, they used to go all over the garden. We never used them for anything. And Mum said to me one year, can I collect all your crab apples and take them? Somebody at work wants to make some wine with them. So I said, yeah, help yourself. You know, I helped to pick them all off. And they were sacks full. They were ever so many. We used to always get a lot. And it were only a little tree, really. But anyway. And she took it and they sent me a bottle of this crab apple wine. Oh, and it was lovely. It's white wine. But it was lovely. But I'm telling you now, Caroline, you would love elderberry wine. And I've also found another one. And as I say, I don't like red wine, but I have this one. It's Echo Falls. You're reading it back to front, but it's Echo Falls, and it says red fruit fusion with raspberries and cassis, whatever cassis is, natural flavours. And it's lovely. And I don't like red wine, but I do like this. And like you were saying last night, Caroline, with a drop of white wine and lemonade. Put a drop of lemonade in red wine, any, you know, fruity red wine. You'll like it. Honestly, you will. The only way I can drink it, but I do like that one on its own. So that was the that was the story of the red wine syrup, the elderberry wine syrup. Sorry, and it was so funny. I mean, looking back on it now, it was funny. But boy, were we ill, and my dad were furious. But yeah, if you don't like red wine, but other people do, Caroline, just have a little bit with some lemonade in. It's lovely. You'll enjoy that. It is. This one is gorgeous. I discovered it about. Just trying to think when my brother and sister-in-law were down from Orkney. I bought it the week before because Pam and I like a drop of wine normally when she sat reading and I'm sat either diamond painting or whatever. So I thought we'd try it because it's a fruit fusion thing. So I thought we'd try it, and I had a little sip, and I thought, ooh, oh, this is nice. So I did, and I just only had one glass, but it is lovely. It's a lovely wine. Echo Falls, and it's a proper brand, if you like, you know, name Echo Falls. They do a lot of wines, but you can get it from B&M. I got that one from Home Bargains, I believe. I think it was Home Bargains. Pretty sure it was. Oh no, I got that one from, no, that's right. I got the first one from Home Bargains, B&M, sorry. And I got that one from Tesco's. It's dearer at Tesco's than it is at B&M, but it's nice. You can't drink though. I wish I could sometimes. Well, I don't drink a lot, to be honest. To be fair, I don't. I mean, I have got Baileys. It's here, but I had a bottle of Baileys in my kitchen for nearly a year. I'd still got a brand new bottle of Baileys untouched from last year, from last Christmas till the Christmas just gone. And I just started having a little, and that, the reason being, I don't sleep very well at night. I mean, I can be up all night. I'm a night owl, but in the morning I'm shattered because my tablets that I take, I don't take them too early in an evening, but I take them sort of like a couple of hours before I go to bed. And the amitriptyline usually help knock me out or make me drowsy. But unfortunately, my body's just got used to them, and I don't get drowsy anymore now. So I'm wide awake. So if I go to bed early, well, if I go to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, early for me, I have to lay and read for another hour or more. But finding that I have had either one glass of wine or two tiny, I've got some tiny glasses. I don't know whether I can get at it. I've got some tiny glasses. They're like eye baths, they're that small. They are proper little liqueur glasses. And I have two Baileys in that little glass. I just have two. And that just helps me. And I'm still reading at night, but it does help me get tired quicker. So I found it helps, but I don't drink every night. It's because, unfortunately, my mum was a heavy drinker. And it I don't know, it just didn't work with my mum. She turned nasty. She was aggressive when she'd had a drink. And I don't blame her because poor soul, she got Alzheimer's, and we knew she'd had a drink, but she would say, I've not had a drink. She can't remember having a drink. Yeah, I got one or two friends of mine that can't drink because of the meds. But because, like I say, I don't drink much. Usually have a glass of wine way before I take my tablets anyway, and I never take my tablets. I never have a drink after I've took my tablets. But that I don't intend to use. I tried a lot of different kinds of. I ended up not liking what you mean in. Oh no, you're talking about yarn, aren't you? Sorry. But as I say, I have this. This is me. This is bitter lemon. That's my tipple mostly. Bitter lemon, ginger beer. I love ginger beer. I don't like the alcoholic ginger beer. My next door neighbour does, and she brought me a bottle around to try because I said I loved it, a ginger beer. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't. Indeed, Karen. Well, actually, I've got another one lined up for you as well. Now, this one is really funny. Ginger beer, I love. That's something else, you see. As a kid, my dad made he made his own ginger beer. They get what they call a ginger beer plant going, if you know what that means, and then just keep adding to it, and it just kept, and it was lovely ginger beer. You've never had ginger beer? Oh, you've never lived. I don't mean American dry ginger. I mean proper ginger beer. Yes, it's wonderful. I love ginger beer. Wow, never had ginger beer. Have you not, Jane? Oh, crikey. Well, don't you have it in America then, or wherever it is? Where do you live, Karen? You in the US? Canada? Australia? Whereabouts are you from? Oh, you're in States. Oh, I would imagine you'll be able to get it then. Never seen it in Canada. Wow. Oh, I'm surprised. Well, you know, what's root beer like? Because ginger is a root. I'm wondering if you call it root beer. Is that what your root beer's like then? With the gingery taste? Are you 50 now? Oh, you're only a young kid yet, Jane Marge. I've got a few years on you. Oh dear. Both Leos. That's August, isn't it, Leo? My first husband was a Leo. My second husband would have been, what am I, 67? He would have been 79 yesterday, my late ex-husband. He would have. 17 years between us. Yeah, root beer. I would imagine that it's similar. I can't say because I've never had root beer, but I'm just thinking ginger is a root and it's called ginger beer. I just thought root beer might be, something similar. Oh, you're Capricorn, are you? I was at the store one day looking for wine for my mum. No, they have a whiskey called Pie High Hole. Pie Hole. Now then, my late ex, he used to love whiskey. He was a whiskey man. And his son and his fiance went on a cruise. And I think they went to is it Fort William, something like that, down. Hi, Rebecca. Anyway, it started in America somewhere. And they did a lot of that. And they went to Canada. They went to Niagara. And they bought Ernie, that was his name. They bought him a bottle of whiskey back. Now, I don't mind whiskey, but I'm not a whiskey lover as per se. My favourite, very favourite tipple is brandy and Babycham, but it has to be Courvoisier brandy. I don't like any other. And again, I've got a bottle of that in cupboard. I've had it 2 years. It's not open yet. I like brandy and Babychams. And but yeah, I got Julian Andrew brought Ernie this bottle of whiskey. And it was, I'm sure it was Captain somebody. It came in a sort of lovely shaped bottle. Like a. Anyway, it also came in a blue velvet bag. Have we got Lou in the house? Hi, Lou. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us. No, it won't. No, it wasn't rum. It was Captain's. It was whiskey, and I'm sure it was Captain something. It was lovely. It was from Canada. It was a Canadian whiskey, and it was so smooth. Sometimes you get a whiskey that's a bit. It can catch you in the back of your throat. Not with this. It just was so smooth and it went down. And I have not ever tried that before. Total goddamn. But I do. I mean, I have had I don't mind. I've never been particular. I'll be sociable. I am a social drinker, and that's it. Ginger beer isn't like. No, it's not. No, it's not like beer. It's not alcoholic. Well, you can get it apparently. And I've tried the alcoholic one. Yuck. but it really was absolutely this whiskey. So the other thing I was going to tell you about was when I was about 13. Oh, that years ago. Blimey. Yeah, I was used to be once 13. And my brother would be about 15. Uh, oh, now that rings a bell. Crown Royal. It might have been. That sounds very, yeah. Right. So, Mum and Dad decided that we were going to go on holiday camping. Yes, tents. I'm only 13 at this particular time. And, well, I'm 67, so it's going back a many years. We didn't have tents then like they have tents now. And we had 2 tents. There was a tent for the 4 of us to sleep in. And then we had what we called the food tent, where we kept all food and everything. And Mum and Dad, we'd got all set up on this riverbank next to a farm, you know, over the fence sort of thing. And Mum and Dad we got chatting to this farmhand that were working nearby during the day after we'd set up, because my dad actually went and asked if it was okay first. We didn't want to trespass on anybody's land. And he said, oh, yeah, you'll be fine. Oh, you'll be fine. Yeah. He says, I'll have a word with my gaffer in a bit later on and see, you know, if you can go, because he's got a nice field. So, but he says, if you come down to such and such a pub tonight, he says, he'll be in there. I'll ask him then for you. So off they went, all dressed up to nines. And Graham and I was in the tent. And we'd been sat there, ages. I don't know what we were doing because there were no such thing as radios and that then as such. So anyway, who have we got? Susan, who am I missing? Am I missing somebody? I am sorry. And I heard a noise outside. And then Graham, and I said to Graham, what was that? And he says, what? You know, tough boy. What? Oh, it's no. So that was that. All right. It was that a bit longer. And I think I was reading comics or something. It's there again. I said, there's somebody outside. Oh, dearie me. No sooner had those words passed my lips and this ruddy great big head pushed open the 2 flaps on tent. The biggest cow. Oh, you've never seen no like in your life. I'm not kidding. I was breaking, absolutely terrified. So, anyway, we eventually managed to we showed it, and it were only being curious. I mean, they don't really hurt you cows, do they? So, but we managed to get it out, and when we managed to back this cow out, we got out. Well, there was nothing left at food tent. Oh, there were loaves of bread and also floating in rivers and tents. Oh, they'd had a real good day. Oh my goodness. Anyway, what we're going to do, you know, we can't, we've got to try and find Mum and Dad. And he says, well, you go look for him. I says, I'm not going looking for him. I'm on my own. I don't know where to go. I'm going to get lost. Well, I'll go and look for him. I'm saying, no, you can't leave me here on my own. They might come back, cows. And I should have been in the river, I'm telling you, I would. Oh dear. Anyway, it seemed like forever. But luckily they did come back while it was still daylight. In fact, when my dad saw, or I should say didn't see tents, he run to thing and over this gate. He says, what the hell's been going on? And I said, oh, I said, Dad, we've had cows. We've had cows in tent. He says, oh, you know, they were cussing. He didn't use the F-bomb at all, but he were cussing, bugger, and bloody, and all that. Oh, my Lord. Anyway, he says, right. He says, well, we're moving. He said, we're moving in the morning. And I just looked at him and I said, can't we move tonight? I don't want to stay. I want to sleep in car. I don't want to sleep here. Oh, my God. Anyway, they won't let me sleep in car. They got tent rigged up again, and they didn't bother with food tent, just sort of rolled it all up out of the way. And we had a good night's sleep. They didn't come back, fortunately, cows that night. So that was that. And then the next morning, my dad packed everything. Mum and Dad packed everything up, and we went to see this this guy. Now the farm was in Bicker Fen in Boston, near Boston, in Lincolnshire Fens, and the family were called Bettinson, and they had it was a family. Mum, Dad, and got two daughters. The eldest daughter was just shy of my age. She was nearly my age, but I was just that little bit over. So I'd sort of gone to the comprehensive school, and she was just waiting to go up to, after 6 weeks holidays. So we were close in age. And then she got a little sister, and I can't really remember her name. I think it was Mary, but I'm not sure. But anyway, he told us where we could camp, and they got this lovely field, and it was right outside of the orchard. They got huge plum trees. Wouldn't help myself, wouldn't help myself for plums. Well, I got this Anne come and talk to me, and we got friendly. And this older girl, she was my age, my name. We shared the same name. Anyway, she says, "Come on, I'll take you down. We can get some plums." So we went and picked some plums, and it was right at the side of a field with a great big gate. And she sat up on gate. She says, "Come on, sit up here, and we'll eat some plums." So we did. We sat on gate, and this huge, and I don't exaggerate, huge bull comes sauntering up to the gate, and I jumped off gate. I was ready for running. She says, "Where you going?" I says, "Oh, I couldn't really tell her that. The night before, we just had me already cows. And then this big bull, and he was massive. Oh, anyway, she says, "It's only Bovril." And I said, "Oh, Bovril, but cow's name, bull's name." Oh, and did you know it was lovely? It was so gentle. Oh, dear oh me. So, and it let you could pet him, stroke him and everything. And he liked to snuffle on your hand and that kind of thing. Oh, and I actually got quite used to cows where I weren't so frightened anymore, but oh, dear me, after the night before, and then seeing this big bull coming towards us. Oh, dear oh me. So we were quite friendly, and they got some bicycles, and she'd loaned me a bike, and we'd actually cycle into Boston quite a few times, just down fens, down lanes, and didn't take us very long to get down there and back, and it was lovely. I enjoyed that holiday. And they were really, really sociable, and I saw my very first twister on that field, and it was coming straight towards it. It was only a small one, like a little whirl thing. I'm saying it was, we're only a small one. It was like, it picked a chicken up, and, chicken got flung away a little bit further, but it didn't hurt it. And it sort of veered off before it got to tent, because I thought we had enough tragedy. I think somebody felt sorry for us. Oh my goodness! So they my two great encounters of, well, good, funny, really funny stories I can think of. And I thought I'll jot them down because if I don't, I shall forget. But yeah, she was a lovely girl. We had a fortnight. We had a fortnight on their farm, and I think actually it was partly owned by her grandparents. They lived there as well. She made us apple pies. This grandma, she was lovely. They made us scones, fresh baked scones, and apple pies and plum pies. Oh my word, we were ruined, but spoiled to death. But my dad went and did some work with them. I mean, what did he go? Oh, he went cauliflower picking, chopping them up and putting them in crates. He did all this. So he earned a bit of cash on the side as well. It was good. It was a good holiday though, that. I really enjoyed that holiday. And we never went back. Um, I don't know why we never went back. We never did go back. My dad ended up hurting his back, actually. I mean, he'd already got a bad back. But as if it big, well, there were two cases of cauliflowers to pick up to put onto the truck, and it pulled his back and pulled him a disc out. And he had trouble with his back ever after that one. But before all that happened, it was good. We enjoyed it, and we had some fun. Anne's sister was a little bit of a mardy person, but I think she just wanted to be included. And as much as she weren't allowed to go riding into Boston with us. I mean, we were about, well, I would be 13, and I think Anne would be, I think I was 13 at Christmas, just before Christmas. And I think Anne was due to be 13 just before she went back to school when she was going up into higher school. I think that's how it worked anyway. But the little girl weren't allowed to go with us. I think she'd be about 8. And she weren't allowed to travel or bike it into town. But it was a good holiday. I really enjoyed that one. And we never did hear any more from them. My dad kept in touch with this farm worker, though, because he bred Springer Spaniels. And that's how we started out with Springer Spaniels, because my dad bought one. And then he went and bought another. No, he didn't. I'm lying. Yes, he did. Of course he did. And we lost her. She was black and white, the one that he bought. We lost her quite young, but Kip, who was the very first one, liver and white one, he mated her with another Springer, obviously, of good pedigree. And she had some beautiful puppies. And my dad kept one then, and he called her Lassie. We'd already had one Lassie, and he called this one Lassie. And I can't do that. I mean, I've got a lovely little Westie with Rosie, but I had a lovely little Westie just before Rosie. And I called her Phoebe. And she were a Phoebe, but I couldn't have called Rosie Phoebe. I couldn't name another dog's name. It's not the same dog, is it? You can't do that. I don't think you can anyway. Hi, Jennifer Jones. Welcome. I'm missing all you people. Want to know, take that in a way. I'm not paying attention. So, but I mean, I had Springer Spaniels. And the first one, yeah, can you get we went to buy a Westie. No, sorry, I'm lying. We went to buy a Yorkie, little Yorkshire Terrier. And when we home, and it was a dreadful place to find. And we went miles and miles and miles till we found it. We were halfway to Ruddy, Manchester. We thought we were at the other side of Sheffield. Good grief. Anyway, we got it. We got to this place, only to find out that they'd sold all these little Yorkshire Terriers. And I just looked at him and said, "You are joking. Have you got any?" I rung them up and told them we were going, and they said they got 2. So that's why we went. same day. Anyway, like I said, when we got there, he says, I'm ever so sorry, they've all gone. And I just were absolutely flabbergasted that they got cheek to say they'd all gone. But he says, I've got some Springer Spaniel pups if you're interested, and they're ready to leave the mother now. And so we decided we'd have a little look. And they were outside, but they were in a pen and a shed. And it were nice. I mean, they were kept nice and clean, and there was this poor little pretty little thing sat all on her own. I can't be doing puppies all on their own, so I picked her. And she got inside my jacket in car and snuggled up, and she went fast asleep all the way home. She weren't a little bit bothered about leaving where she come from. And that was my Candy. And she was almost human. And she was the funniest dog. I mean, she did some funny things. When, if ever we had company, say you got visitors and they're just leaving, so you actually go to the door and wave them off, don't you? Well, I would go to the door and wave them off, and Candy would come right up behind me and get hold of my hand. If my hand was low enough, she'd get hold of my hand and pull me back in the house through the door, and then jump up on the sofa, still with my hand in her mouth. And so I'd have to sit down on the sofa, and she'd just hold my nose. She'd get my nose in her mouth, so that I couldn't go again. Always got hold of my nose. What's that all about? Oh, she was lovely, Candy, my Candy. I don't know. I used to call her Pud, Candy Pud. And when we had a litter of her, and she had she had 6 puppies, Andy. And Lucy was the one we kept because you just got to, you've just got to keep one. So we kept Lucy, and she was lovely, and she was quite a bit smaller than Candy in regards, she weren't a weakling or wrestling or anything like that. She was certainly not runt, but she just was small and really, I think, more true to her Springer size, female Springer. Springer dogs are tougher, they're boxier, they're bigger, whereas the bitches are a little bit more dainty. I think that's same in any breed of dog, basically. But we kept Lucy, and she's been a lovely little thing, and she were ever so good. She was another one that didn't stray far from me, bless her. And because we had a litter of Lucy, didn't we? And Lucy had 8 puppies, and Candy decided she wanted some, so she went and pinched 4 of Lucy's pups. And she took 4 of pups, and she actually started lactating. And now I didn't know that was actually possible, but apparently it is. And because Lucy was such a small dog, it was actually a good thing. Lucy didn't grumble, but thing was, Candy did. If Lucy went near him, "Hi, Lynn-Notes, how you doing? Welcome." If Lucy went towards Candy with Lucy's puppies, Candy would grumble at her. She wouldn't be nasty, but she'd grumble. "These are mine." Only on loan, but they were hers. And she used to feed them. She fed them as well. And the funniest thing was when we started to wean these puppies. Eh, dear. We had a little wheel. Well, first off, we had a little wheel with the first litter, and then we used to spread a big clean sheet on the floor, and we got like the round pub trays that you get, and we'd mash puppy food, pedigree chum puppy food. We'd mash it all up so the puppies could, you know, manage to eat it all right. We didn't put any biscuit or anything in to start with. And they'd start eating, and all the time they're eating, they're walking round. They're all walking round tray. Like a little wheel. Well, when they were getting a little bit bigger, we had to use 2 trays for the all the 8 pups. And the wheels would be going round in different directions. Oh my God. Oh, I've never been without a dog. For the best part of my life, we've had dogs. And it's not just been one dog, it's been, you know, 3 or 4 dogs. And when I was actually married to my last husband, who is now passed away, we had 4 dogs and 3 cats for a while. Then we just had 4 dogs and 2 cats. We lost one. Our next door neighbour's daughter ran over it. She didn't tell us that, but we knew. Because I don't know why else Muffin would be going up her drive. We won't go up her drive when we've got ours, you know, next to it. So, but yeah, we've had a lot of animals. My dad used to have ducks. Oh yes, he had a lovely goose. He had 10 Aylesbury ducks. I think they were Aylesbury ducks, white ones. And he had about 15, 20 chickens, and he had a bantam chicken, and they're little, and their eggs are little. And I'm just trying to think what Jenny. They called it Jenny, this little bantam chick, bantam hen. Now Jenny come in house to you. She'd come and jump upon your knee, and more than once she jumped upon your knee and squawked at you, and next thing you've got an egg on your knee. She'd lay an egg on your knee. She weren't fussy, but she was lovely. But she was the only one that could sort of get off the ground in flight. She didn't fly, but she could get off the ground. And she got on the fence. And my brother's in-laws lived in the next bungalow to my mum and dad. And they got a big golden retriever. And it was a lovely golden retriever until the day it grabbed Jenny and killed her. And instead of telling my mum and dad, they just chucked the hen over there back fence. My dad found her at the field next day because he were looking for her because he couldn't understand where she'd gone, because she never went out at garden. And she was only on fence. She weren't in their garden. And they killed her. So my dad were really upset about that. But he bought himself a goose, and they called him Clarence, and he were lovely. He were funny. And you could feed Clarence with your hand, you know, you could sort of put bread in, he'd take it off, he'd take food off, ever so gentle. And then he ended up getting 2 more. And we called them Gert and Daisy. And oh my God, they were vicious, absolutely vicious. I didn't like them from the start, but I liked Clarence. But I didn't like Gert and Daisy. Actually, how my dad got this, no, he got Clarence by default, I think. He kept coming into the garden when my dad went on backfield to take dogs for a walk. He was open back gates and off they'd trot, and he'd come sauntering in, and he belonged to a guy up top at road. And my dad went up and saw him. He said, no, he says, no, it's not mine. And my dad knew it were his. But anyway, he weren't bothered, didn't want it back, so my dad kept him. And he never offered to wander again. He must have liked it at my mum and dad's. But then my dad got this Gert and Daisy pair of, oh God, they were vicious. They'd flap at you and they'd squawk, and you know, the beaks would be going at you, and oh my word. And I got to the stage where I said, I'm trying to go outside in your back garden, so no kids will be. With them two, they're awful. But he had a big square fish pond that weren't very deep, but it was a big one. And he got like a waterfall in an alcove in his garden, but the bottom pool was quite deep, and he got fish in there. And one day, my little girl, who is just about 2 years older than her brother, she was only a toddler, she come trotting in, she says, Mummy, Daniel's swimming in my granddad's pond. And I just looked, I thought you were kidding at first. And I just looked as you coming in to tell him to try and get him in trouble. I flew out that door, looking, and Claire was behind me, and I said, which pond? And she pointed to deep one, didn't she? So, of course, I jumped in. I could have jumped on him because it was only a smallish area, but I couldn't see him. It was just under. And I just scooped water and got him, and then threw him nearly straight over my head until my mum took him off me and shoved him straight in bath. He had a lucky escape that day. He really did. My God. And I went and balmy then, and my dad, get that bloody pond fenced off. Look, kids can't hear it. Oh, dear. But he's always liked water, even after that. You know, you wouldn't have thought so, but we were always a water baby. And I once pulled the scalding hot teapot. I just poured the boiling water into a teapot. And I've not noticed that I had like little, you know, the straw pads that you had to surfaces. And my teapot ran that, and there was a little tiny bit of a lip of it on the side of worktop. And he just managed to get his fingers on that and pull it down. And he was only a toddler. And he was just covered in scalding tea. My neighbour was just walking through the door when it happened, and I've never seen anybody shift so quick. She just grabbed him, whipped his vest off. Fortunately, I hadn't got anything that were a struggle to get off. But you know, we've had some fun in its time. This Game of Thrones thing, what is it? Because I've seen it's saying something about winter's coming, Game of Thrones winter's coming. I love all like that. I've never seen that programme, you know. I've seen snippets, and I would love that because it's my thing. It's dragons and things. I don't know. I'm into dragons and wizards and pigs. I've never. A friend of mine actually had what they call them, pot-bellied pigs. She got a pot. They were huge, big black pot-bellied pigs. Very friendly. That's as close as I've ever got to a pig. I don't think I've seen any others. Yeah, I've seen that on Facebook. It's been saying about Game of Thrones winter coming soon. I haven't even seen Game of Thrones summer yet. I didn't know there were a game until I spotted that. But I've been playing a game on Facebook. I don't play a lot of games now like I used to, but it's called Gardenscapes. And it's nearly impossible to get through these match 3 things, to get everything you need to get through to your next one, to your next round. And it's gotten ridiculous. But every night when I play it, I plug it in. I plug it in, listen to me. I click on it, and then it'll tell me that it wants me to allow Adobe Flash Player, is it? Whatever. And I have to allow that every night. And then one night, I actually went into the thing and I thought, I've already got Adobe Flash Player. So why is it asking me to allow it? Not understanding. So I uninstalled it and I reinstalled it, thinking, maybe that. Hiya, Laura, darling. Glad to see you. Thanks for coming. And it keeps freezing up. It takes forever to load. And then before it's actually done anything, it freezes up again. And then it comes back and it says, after 10 minutes, and says refresh page or report an issue. I can't be bothered to report an issue. I can't. I really just can't. I did it once before on something. What was that one? Oh, Jigsaw, because I like doing jigsaws on Facebook. And I've gone back onto that, but they changed it. They changed the format of it, and I didn't like the new look of it. Do you do it? I'm on, what level are you on? I'm on level 73, and I cannot get these blessed flowers to save my life. So, and does it freeze all the time, yours? Because mine keeps freezing and I don't know why. It freezes everything up. And it's only that game it's ever done on. Storm of Dance Dragon. Ooh, A Dance with Dragons. Now then, is that the games or is that the program series? Oh, the Winds of Winter forthcoming. A Dream of Spring forthcoming. Ooh, okay, Tracy. Ooh. Oh, that's Game of Thrones. Do you know, that's just made me think now. Oh, worry, I think it might have been Tracy, was talking about getting audiobooks while you're walking or doing something. Sometimes I'll put on, when I'm doing this, I'll get my headphones on, because I have my headphones on PC when I'm listening to it, so that Harry can hear television, although he's fast asleep on the sofa listening to me at the minute. But I've been watching like Forensic Detectives and Unsolved Mysteries and that sort of thing. But I'm sort of getting through them thick and fast and thinking, what else can I watch or listen to while I'm doing my diamond painting? And then, as I say, I think it was Tracy or somebody was talking about audiobooks. I could have audiobooks sent to my PC so I can listen to them on my thing. And I'm just thinking now that Game of Thrones series might be the ideal thing for me on my PC. You see, I do have a Kindle. Podcast, what's that? Sorry, I am techno challenged. Hi, Blonde Noir. Welcome. I don't know what a podcast is. What's a podcast? Please, please. It's like a radio show that can cover a lot of topics. Right. Do you download it onto your PC? Or do you just, how do you get into it? Do you go onto it like YouTube? You go onto YouTube? And is it just, you can download it. There are two types of Gardenscapes. One is the hidden object game, which I love, and the second one is Match 3, but I haven't played that. Well, don't. That's the one I've been playing, and it's awful, the Match 3. I'm having a right time. It's freezing up. I like hidden object games, but I didn't see that one. Gardenscapes, hidden objects. Ooh. You see, I would have preferred that one. I liked hidden object games rather than threes. Anyway, cheers to new baby royal. With midnight ginger beer. Wow, true crime. I like true crime. I've been following this Chris Watts case. I bet you must have them. The hidden object game. That's probably why I didn't get that option then, if it's not on Facebook. Right. You see, I have my things on. I have my games and things on Facebook. I only use. I don't have anything to. I don't have any apps as such. I've got a tablet. I'm going to tell you in a minute what it is. I can't remember. What the devil brand is it? Hi, Karina. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I like the true crimes. I must admit, I do. I love true crime. I'm just trying to think. The free. Wow. So I could actually. Do they have an app then you can put on your on the? The problem I've got with my tablet is I'm struggling to get Messenger on, and every time I've gone into it, it's asking me for something. I forget what now, but I've got all my passwords and things. I have to have. I have to have a book and write them all down to remember them. Otherwise, I never remember them. I can't remember my name sometimes. So, I mean, it's just one of them things, and I can't remember. And I just about nearly always have the same password or one of two particular passwords. So if that first one don't work, the second one should. And if that one don't work, then there's something wrong with it because there can't be anything else. Do you know what I mean? I have my book with all my passwords and, like I've even got from when I had, when I used to have when I changed my internet and everything, I had to give you your Wi-Fi password or whatever and security codes and that. I've even got all them from past sci-fi, not sci-fi, Wi-Fi things. Ooh, what you working on, Blonde Noir? I want to get this one finished and out of the way. I don't like it at all. Try Stitcher Radio, a podcast, or the Audible app for your Kindle. Right, now then, my Kindle is not the Kindle Fire. It's the Kindle Paperwhite. So it doesn't actually, I believe, have a speaker. Oh, is that not what you're doing, Caroline? An African lady? African woman with head. I've been looking at that actually last few times. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're just deliberating on how to get into. They're trying to educate me in honesty about technology because I'm rubbish. I'm sure Caroline's doing. Yeah, yes, she is. Look, yeah, I thought she were. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, more in the lines of on my PC lounge, because then I can have my headphones on. I can be listening to it and not having to, keep. At the moment, I'm working on my DP, and I'm having to turn around to keep looking at, even though I can hear it, keep looking at different pictures and things. Whereas if I'm just either listening to a story or, a book. We were on about books other night, weren't we? About what different books. I've bought and read. No, I didn't buy it. Yes, I did buy it. I bought Beautiful Creatures. A few years ago now. It's been on for a while, and it was a fantastic book. So I also then decided I'd buy the video, the DVD. It's rubbish. Well, to be fair, it's not rubbish, but it's nowhere near or even anything like the book. Because I've got beautiful creatures. There's 4, I think. Beautiful Dreams. Yeah, there's definitely 4. I've got all 4 of them, and I've read those, and I would love to sit and listen to them again, but be somebody else reading them to me while I'm, doing something else. Because sometimes I just find it exhausting. Even now, I have a Kindle because I find books awkward to hold. Oh, it's a fabulous book, brilliant. But the film is, it only gives you half, well, it doesn't even give you half the story. And it's like, I'll tell you one thing though. I read Twilight Saga, and I read them all up to, they hadn't done the last 2 films on the last 2 books. So it was like Twilight Saga, New Moon, and whatever they are. I've got them all. The first 3 anyway. And then the video came. Oh, then I went to see him at cinema. I went to see it at cinema. The first one, Twilight. And I nearly, when I saw Robert what they call him? Robert Patterson, walk into that canteen at the beginning. That is exactly how I imagined him from book. Exactly how I imagined him. And I thought, oh, wow, that just shows you how good book were and how good they were. Hi, honeydew. Welcome. Thank you for coming. In the car listening, leaving work to go. Ah, bless you. I used to care for my mum. Bless her. All credit to you for that, I must admit. Yeah. Right, YouTube for audiobooks. I didn't know you could do that. One of the other sets of books that I've read, if you're into sci-fi a little bit, is The Hunger Games. I've seen all the videos. In fact, I've got all the videos. But again, the books are way better by a long way. Supposed to what? You don't think you're supposed to what? Marissa, you've got me lost now. Hi, Tracy, back again. Bless you. Oh, I see. Right. Oh, well, I mean, you can Google it, can't you? That's actually one of the things my daughter's always saying to me, Mother, Google it. Just Google it. If I just happen to say, don't know so and so and so, Mother, just Google it. Oh, dearie me. It actually gets really frustrating for me. I don't remember things, I forget. Oh, I used to read a lot of his Stephen King's. Oh, what other one? Dean Koontz as well. Oh, golly, he's a good one. Bless her. Go, Grandma. I'm not kidding. I tell you, it's just me. I'm so. I'm forgetful. I forget. Green Mile were a good one. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what I didn't like it. There was one of his that really. Was it? No, I don't think it was even. Oh, golly, what did he call that now? Oh, and I read another book. Okay, Caroline. Thanks for coming in. Bye. See you next week. Next Sunday, if not before. This is a book I read years ago. It was a book that my mum actually loaned from a woman at work, and she read it, and then she passed it over to me to read. It's a thick, thick book, but it's called By Reason of Insanity. It's two books in one. It's the same story twice. First of all, seen through the journalist's point of view, and then the next book, or I don't know which one, but one of them is seen, it's the same story, the journalist telling the story, and the other one is the same story told by the criminal, the murderer. And I'm telling you now, it made a hair stand on the back of my neck. Oh, goosebumps and everything. And I don't know who the writer is, but yeah. Oh, I've not read that one, Rose Red. But if you ever get the chance to pick it up, it's called By Reason of Insanity. And oh, it scared the crap out of me. Oh boy, I felt like I was there. I did. I felt like I was there. I'm not now like I used to be into the horror side of books now. I think I've gone beyond that. I'm too old, and they get to me a little bit now. I never used to be squeamish, but I used to like to watch all horror films and that. But I don't now, not so much now. It just doesn't appeal anymore like it used to. I don't know whether it's just that I'm getting older or what, but it's not. They're not my kind of thing anymore. Those kind of books, but I have read some really nice. I'll tell you what, if you like dragons and magic, demons and sorcerers and that kind of thing. There's an authoress called Lindsay Hall, and she's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's done 6 series, and she's on her 7th, all for the same. All the same people are in it, but it's individuals' life story, and it don't, she doesn't repeat anything. And she is amazing. Tommy Knockers was one that frightened living daylights out to me. That was a weird one. That one was really weird and creepy. Good night, Lane. Bless you. Thanks for coming. Yeah, it were, and I think it were a bit of a. It was a bit of a like it were unexpected, weren't it? It were a mixed bag. But my kind of, I'm into fantasy, dragons and magic, and I'm just sort of starting on the 7th series of Lindsay Hall's, but I've only got the first. She's only done the first 2 books. Next book is due out at the end of this month. But she is a good author. I like her, and I've actually joined her. Well, I followed her, and so I now get emails letting me know that she started different, a new series from the same crowd of people, but it's each individual one's story of how they come to be where they are and all the rest of it. But they're all sort of different, but they're all friends, if you know what I mean. So it's got the same characters, but totally different storylines, and it really is, a good series. I've got, and it's called Dragon's Gift, and there were 5 of each, 5 books to each one of the 3 Fire Souls. Then there were the 3 girls on the Death Desert, or wherever they call it. That was 6 books. No, it's not. 5 each, 15, 30. Then you get the ones I'm on now, so there'll be. So up to now, I've read 32 books. Scorpio Racers. Ooh, give us a clue. Is it like a fantasy one, or is it what kind of a G.A. Aiken? It follows a family of royal dragons. Really? That can take human shape. Oh, I'm going to write that down. Oh my goodness! Give me my pen. Blimey, Moses! How come I don't know about that one? Yes, please, Julie. I'll have a bowl full. Right. Let me see. Where is it? Don't let me lose it. From G.A. Aiken. G.A. Aiken. I'm going to have to scroll down a little. Oh, 18. Oh, T. It shouldn't be a T. Right. Royal Dragons. Oh, I'll have to have a look on Kindle, Amazon Kindle. They deliver straight to me. They deliver straight to me door for me. But that is my cup of tea. Julie, we had Harry and I went shopping one day last week, and I bought a big tray of huge strawberries from Aldi. And I know they're not English strawberries at this time of year. They're usually Italian or Egyptian. And they look really nice. They got absolutely no. They got a funny taste. Actually, they weren't totally tasteless, but they got a funny taste. Let me write that one down. Codename Camelot and was author. who is it? David Archer. Code name Camelot. Yeah, because you see, when I only times I read a lot is when I go to bed at night, but then when we're on holiday, I like to get a few books in advance for those. Thank you, Marissa. I'll go back on that link later and have a good look at that, because to be quite honest, I've just gone on to another new series now. I started a book one day last week, beginning of last week. I finished my last book and I'm waiting for Lindsay Hall's next book to come out to carry on that series. But so I started a new lot because I've got a huge library in my Kindle now. And anyway, I'm reading it and I thought, I'm not following this at all. I just could not get into it. And it sounds like, I think they call it's called Dragon's Song. Now, totally not what I thought it were, or at least wise. It's taking too long to get into it. You know what I mean? I'm on chapter 6. I got as far as chapter 6 and it had lost me. And I hate that when happens. Have you read that one, Dragon's Songs, Marissa? It is very. I could have sacked it. Yeah, I couldn't read it anymore. It was getting on my nerves. It was getting ridiculous. No, I did get it. I did actually by accident become a Prime member ages ago, but until I found out how much it was costing me every year. And I can't justify, because I don't buy that much from Amazon. Only odd book. Or just books, you know. And about Kindle editions, so I'm not paying normal top whack for them. I begrudge. Yeah, Dragon's Song were dreadful. And I don't know how many I've got of that one. In fact, I really ought to go onto Amazon and have a look at titles so that I can scrap them. Because sometimes when I've got that many books now in front of me, think that's finished. And they've jumbled everything up now. I used to have the books in order of how I bought them. And then they took it upon themselves to put everything in alphabetical order type of thing. And now I don't know what's what. Or where to find what's what. So I've really got to go in there and find out what the titles are and then go and rubbish them, because, oh, no, and I can't review a book that's like that. Yeah, I know it's surprising. Right. Date purchase, is that from back to front? That seemed like a good idea, because I'll sort of buy a series of books and then I've lost them. I can't find them in no thing. There is a library, there is a little drop down with library and that in it, but I hadn't really gone right into it. Yeah, and I don't like buying books when I can't read them, the rubbish, and That's my problem, you see. I don't just buy one and read first one and then go and buy a series if I like it. Not me. I go in and I buy the bloody lot before I've read them. But I must admit, it's the first time ever. I can actually say it's the first time ever I've bought a series of books and just cannot get into it at all. Well, you're really Andy me. I don't like it at all because, I mean, yeah, all right, but sometimes you forget what you've ordered. You know, I can't remember names of all books. I know that it's Dragon's Gift series, but the actual book, individual books, have its own title as well. And that's what throws me. Well, I'll tell you something. I was reading a book. It was in between the new one coming out from Lindsay. Oh, well, I'm not kidding. I thought, this is Percy Phil. But it was sort of, I had to read it, not because of Percy Phil, but it was about dragons and things. And, man, I don't know. Well, I'm reading this, and I nearly fell out of bed. I nearly fell out of bed when I was reading. And I better not Harry see this. He'll think I'm funny on him. Yeah. Oh, and I tell you what, I remember reading one, a paranormal one that I actually thought was brilliant. But if you're into vampires, read about Morganville vampires. That is an amazing series. I think there's about 15 books, I think now, maybe more. Elizabeth and her dragon. Well, just a minute. Elizabeth and her dragons. Right. Elizabeth and her dragons. And I'm making a right list, Elizabeth. Dragons. And there's 7 books of that one, is there? Okay. See, I'm going away in June and I need to have plenty to read. Have you not, Marissa? Oh, you gotta. It's a fantastic series. And I must admit, it got me on edge of my seat towards the end. And there's just been let me think. Only a few months back, there've been another 2, either 2 or 3 books added to series. And oh, golly, it makes you squirm. It really does when you think, oh, you know, oh, I love out like that. I really do. Morganville series is brilliant. And let me just think. There's been another series I've read of not vampires, dragons. I can't think now. And that's by Morgan Rice. And there's about 30 books to his. And that's a continuous story. And it's brilliant. What they do, I'll find what that is called and I will let you know. Okay, Blonde Noir. I'll try and I'll try and remember what that one, or try and find it here. Oh, God, what do they call it? Bye, Lynn. I thought she'd been gone a while, Lynn. I mean, which Lynn is it now? That Lynn knows just disappearing, bless her. She's not been right well, Lynn, has she? I'm trying to think what the books I've read. I've just treated myself to a new DVD actually to take on holiday with me. There was a film came out, a book and a film came out. No, scrap that. There were a film came on called Fantastic Creatures, is it? And where they live or wherever you keep, I don't know what it's, something like that. Amazing. I think it was a follow-up to Harry Potter, I believe. That's it. And where you find, that's right, that's the one, Marissa. Well, I've just bought the next one. I've just bought the next video. I bought it last week. I'm just looking to see where I put it. So, yeah, a prequel rather than a sequel. Right. Well, I've also watched that Mrs. Sure is it? Let me see. Oh, Mrs. Peregrine's house, or whatever they call it. That's a good book, a good film as well. I haven't read the book, but I've got the film. That's right, it is. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way. So, of course, it will be. Well, this one follows on from that. Yeah, that's the one, Andy May, Mrs. Peregrine's School of Gifted Children. Yeah, I'm hoping that there's another one coming out. That were a brilliant film. I really enjoyed that as well. I bought the film. It's a good film. Like anything like that. I buy all these films, watch them, and then send them to my daughter, and they take them on holiday with them for kids to watch. They bring them back. Last holiday, I bought Goosebumps. Now, I'm not keen on Jack Black, but I thought the film was quite good-ish. Anyway, I'm supposed to be getting Goosebumps 2. I've loaned her Goosebumps 1, and I've got to get Goosebumps 2. But, yeah, I'm hoping there's another follow-up to that, Mrs. Peregrine's as well, because that were a good film. And do you know, I'd never heard of it, Marissa? I had never heard of it until I saw a film advertised somewhere. It was coming out on video, and I saw it advertised. It might have even been on Facebook, and I'd never heard of it. Yeah, the True Blood series. True Blood. Now then, I think I've read some of them, Julie. I think I might have got some of them in my Kindle. I tell you, I have got hundreds of books. A lot of them I've read. I've not watched it. See, it's not Harry's kind of thing. I don't watch television. I'm either on YouTube or I'm doing diamond painting or crafting. Harry watches telly. Hi everyone, Susan. Welcome back. think if you read the book first, the film can be disappointing. I don't know whether anybody agrees with that, but that's what I think. I certainly think that I wasn't disappointed with Twilight films. I'd read the books first, and I wasn't at all disappointed. They are the nearest I've ever seen to match the book. You've dropped. Oh dear. You need a little magnet to run across the floor on a chain or something. You can pick it up that way. Have you found it with your foot? Do you know what I keep getting? I keep thinking I've got a bit of dog biscuit in my slipper again. And when I look, it's not dog biscuit at all. It's one of my drills. I flicked on floor and it's dropped into my slipper. Oh my God. Bye, Honeydew. Thanks for calling in. It's been lovely having you. We'll have to look out for your live. It depends on how it works with our time. So, as regards depending on where you are and where we are. I'm UK. Are you UK or are you? Oh, right, San Diego. So yeah, time difference. But anyway, if it's a video, you just put it up a video, we'll see it. If it's a live, we'd have to watch replay probably. Really? I ordered a tripod from AliExpress and got it last week, and now I've just had another one from the same company. Do they not know? Now, you've said that. I have a feeling that I've got two clocks from the same place that I only ordered one of. The drills, special drills, because I got a repeat, and I thought I don't remember ordering this twice at all. When I look back, I couldn't find a second one. We'll keep an eye on you. We'll help you out, Honeydew. Take care. Bye for now. I'm always dropping things under me, especially in my slippers, because I'm sat right forward on my chair. I'm more comfortable in my sitting in my big easy chair with me little picnic table in front of me and my big this. It's great. And of course I've got two A4 iPads now. A4, A2. Oh, yeah, that's what you're going to be showing us, isn't it, in week? I'm really looking forward to that, Andy May. I'm excited to see that. Can't wait. Idiot's Delight. Well, there you go then. That's me. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, I'm looking forward to that video. Yay. Do you know, our Jane Marge is such a lovely, lovely lady. She really is. She's just, she's a fantastic lady. I think she worries about upsetting people, even when she's not really upsetting people. Hey, the way you work, missus, you're not thick at all. Your work is second to none, I'll tell you. I love it. I'm lucky enough to have got some of it. They give me an idea of what to put on into the video so that I can give everyone an important information. I think I think what it is with crafty people, it's not the thick, it's artistic. That's what you are, artistic, not thick. It sounds similar, but it's not same. Have you found it? Oh dear. Tell you, I find drills. You won't believe where I found drills. And I found drills in my bathroom. Actually, in my bathroom. When I've just gone for and I'm looking out for where's that come from? It can only have come on my slipper, but I don't know why. I don't go outside in these slippers, so nothing should stick to them. I don't know. I'm making a dice bag. It takes around 5 hours. Depending on the size. Cows take me 2 to 3. Good grief! Yes, I agree with you, Marissa, totally. No way. A flaming egg. Yeah. Yeah, I do find them everywhere. I don't know why or how or anything. When I finished and Harry helps me move my table over to the other side where I leave it at night, I'm on my hands and knees picking them all up. I just have to go round me and I'm picking them all up. And that's why I end up, you know, these aren't rubbish ones. These are ones that fell on floor. These are just the round ones. Sorry, these are just the normal drills. And then I've got another bottle with the shiny ones in. But they're not just casualties, they're just drops, drop-offs, drop-outs. I can't, it's got to be a labour of love, that, hasn't it? A year to do a shirt. Oh, my Lord. And I suppose you've got to measure somebody. Do you have to measure? Do you mean by other rings? I'm using anodized aluminium since that's what's easiest for newbies to the craft. Get a holder. And they're cheaper than getting your own setup for making the rings. Right. Right. Iron. Ooh. That's got to be right. That's got to be heavy then. If you're using iron. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yikes. And I suppose you have to measure for, there must be different sizes for different people. I hope you get paid well for it, blooming heck. I wouldn't want to be doing that a long time. Yeah, but I was meaning more in line of the actual, that's what I meant, the shirts and things. That's where I was thinking. Oh, no, Julie, that's a dreadful thought, isn't it? Oh, I'm fascinated by this stuff. I need to see. I can't wait, me. I'm looking forward to that. Really am. Hey, but just think, if you bought your hubby a shirt made of iron, just need to buy a big a big magnet and say, "Come here, you," and he can't resist. Oh, that would be fun. Wow, that must have been a lovely gift. Dice bags. I mean, forgive me because I'm thick. I'm like, I'm thicker than Jane Marge anyway. What's a dice bag? Or should I not ask? I have subbed to it, Andy. May I have subbed to you? I did it last. Actually, I didn't realise I hadn't until a little while last night, late on last night. And I thought, well, fancy that, I've not subbed to you. So I've done it now. I have done it. I did it last night when I'd seen I'd not noticed it before. Yeah, I bet you've ended up with a real lot of new subscribers, have you not, Andy? Bless her. I've got 20 subscribers. Wow, bless her. I'm so glad you get a new channel built up. The more videos you do, anime, the more subscribers you'll get, because you'll get, especially doing that kind of stuff, you'll get a real interest in that. I know you will. Burns? What are you getting burned with? Are you using a soldering iron? I wonder. Yeah. Wow. Oh yeah, we'll definitely support your channel, anime. We like to do that. We all sort of help each other. I think, do you use your soldering iron when you're doing your makeup? Listen at me. Jewellery as well. Because, strangely enough, um, what did I do? My purse broke. You know the little metal tag thing that goes on end of your zip on your purse? Mine broke off. And so I got a jump ring and I put it back on again. and I lost the darn thing again. So put it on your make. Oh, I can't wait to see that bit. I need to see that. It's not nerdy stuff, Andy. Not at all. No, well, I was thinking I might just try soldering my ring on my purse to stop losing it. Because I like that purse more than this new. I've got two great big, well, I've got a great big one and another little cheap one. I still like my old purse better if I could just fix that. Foam swords. Crikey. Oh. See, I told you I was thick. I knew it. I just knew it. I just proved it, haven't I now? Rather than just regular jump ring. Well, in actually, I was. I see what you mean now. I weren't thinking about it that way, Jane Marge, at all, let me tell you. I was thinking, instead of using something like wax or whatever, lipstick to... That's how thick I am. Hey dear. So now you all know that I've been let out of a mental institution. Hey dear. They're coming to take me away. I'll bet it makes them red. Your back any better, Dokes? Your earrings no better, but how'd your back? Oh. I said, are your back any better? No. He's done something to his back, our Harry has. And he's going through some agony at the minute. Yeah, you've got to be crazy to be in this gang, I'm telling you. It's yeah, I escaped from a funny farm. I tell you, I was telling you about it earlier at Funny Farm. I went in. Oh dear. Yeah, there's quite a few of us in this Funny Farm. There are. I don't know. Hey. Have you, Jane Marge? Trays. I've got them. Right. Oh, right. X-rays. Right. Well, I hope things go well for you there. There's nothing worse. I hate hospitals. Aye. Music playing it background now. Oh, wow. Funnily enough, Harry and I were talking about my dad, you know. I told you, he slipped his disc when we were working on this farm when we were kids. And he had bad problems with his back ever after that. And Harry and I were chatting last night, and I was saying my dad went on tractions for 2 weeks in hospital, and they shaved his legs. um, and strapped his legs with these weights. But what he didn't realise, till it was too late, that the hairs grow back through the plaster on his legs, because it's like sticky plaster. Like he did have pretty legs. Yeah, and when it came to getting these plasters off, he had a bit of a sadist masochist for somebody doing it to him. And he were in a right load of, I mean, he were in pain enough with his back. Yeah, the plaster came off. Yeah, they were better than a wax, I'll tell you. He weren't happy. He weren't happy at all. But of course, they knew what was going to happen. And according to form, if they hadn't have shaved his legs, it would have been worse. So, yeah, I'll never forget that. And it was funny because the guy in the next bed to him got the same problem as my dad, and he opted for the surgery. And the surgeon, you know, came round and checked them all up and gave them all instructions on what not to do and what to do. And he weren't allowed to get out of bed for so long, and no smoking for a while, and blah, blah, blah. And this lad didn't take any notice at all. And he went into the room and had a fag, and he coughed his back out again. Oh my God. And that put him in bed for a lot longer than he started out. So yeah, me and my dad, he didn't go for operation. He opted first for the tractions, but he never went back for op. Because traction works for so long that, you know, things slide again. It were a disc out, and there's not much you can do. Bless him. Oh, I'll have to tell you this. If you want funny, I just had Claire. She weren't very old. Probably, I don't know, 2-3 months. She was born in May. So June, July, yeah, it'd be about August. And my dad got, he got some infection or other. And they had doctor out to him. And she got him this medicine. My mum nipped to chemist, went and got this medicine. Well, I've got a nice big cup of hot chocolate now, peeps. Harry spoiled me. Thank you, darling. Right, and a bit later on that afternoon, Mum rang me. She says, "Can you come round?" So I said, "Yeah, I'll have a walk round." I got Claire round. I got Claire in a pram, and we had a walk round. It weren't far. Walk round to Mum's. The first thing I see when I walk through the door into the lounge is my dad. He's sat with nothing on his top half, no vest, no shirt, no nothing. And his java bottoms rolled up above his knees. And he was red as, well, there were spots, but they were that close together, you wouldn't have known there were spots without looking close. This medication that doctor had given him, oh, did he react to it? And I just burst out laughing. I couldn't help it. I just burst out laughing. It was just the way he was sat. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Dad, but I can't help it." And funnily enough, I did that with my father-in-law as well, when he fell off back of a lorry and he broke both his legs and his wrist and his finger. And I walked in to see him with his legs out, stuck out straight out with plaster on his legs. Oh, dear, oh me. Oh dear. And it's not that I'm not sympathetic. I am, honestly, I really am. But you just see, it's just like, it's the vision as you're walking into it. You just see this vision of that you're not expecting. Oh dear. I was cruel, weren't I, really? I just busted out laughing. Oh dear, I am mean. Mean and terrible. But you got to laugh, haven't you? You've got to. I mean, sometimes these things, I think they're made to make you laugh, because otherwise you'd be depressed all the time, and wouldn't you, really? I mean, Harry's going through it at the minute with his back, and I do feel sorry for him, because, you know, he's having to run about after me, run about after the dog. But to appease him, I made him pancakes for his tea. Really? Whoa. That is cruel. You're as cruel as me. Oh dear. I know. It's just, it's a vision that you see, isn't it? Oh, I don't. Only thing, best thing really is if you could immerse yourself into a bath of lukewarm, nearly cold water, and that's soothing. But that only lasts for a few seconds, doesn't it, before you start again? So then you get out of bath, your towel dry, and that's nice, because you're itching. You sort of scratching the itch if it's only with towels. You get bath again. Oh dear. Yeah, you've got to learn from experience, haven't you? Because otherwise you can. Yeah, yeah, you do. It's so easy for somebody to say, "Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine." You know, they can't feel what you're feeling. I know. I really did. But sometimes you just got to laugh. I mean, I've never had that kind of thing happen to me, really, to be honest. I did come out in huge, big red itchy blotches once. Well, there were lumps on my arms and my legs, and across, sort of, on just across top of my chest. And I went, and it was a Saturday afternoon, doctors weren't home. So I went to a chemist and I said, I've got these huge, and he could see them. I mean, I've got nothing on my arms and what have you, to cover them. And he said, the hives. I've never heard of hives then. Never. I'd be about, well, I'd be probably in my 20s ish, maybe a bit more. And I'd never heard of hives. Yeah, they weren't nice, but I just put calamine lotion on them. That were all he said I could do. I said, all I can do is just put calamine lotion on them, make sure that they, you know, keep them dry. Don't scratch. Easy to say. It's so easy to say. You can't tell somebody who's got an itch, don't scratch. Because if they've got an itch, they'd scratch, wouldn't they? Well, I think they would anyway. I keep getting these silly adverts coming up on my screen, annoying me. They're like, well, they're not, they're little notification things that come up. But I've got to start some. Oh, we've got new thing going on with lottery. Have you seen it now? Life Ball. Harry's been trying to tell me about it today, and I can't grasp what he's talking about. It's something to do with like the bonus ball, but it sounds all right if you get plenty of money for going on for years. Lifetime, what is it? 10,000 a year? Did you say? It's going deaf, Harry. Actually, seriously, going deaf. He really does need to go and get his head looked at.
Concentrating.
He needs to get his ears sorted out, because sometimes now he has television on that loud, and I've got my headphones on loud, and I can hear television over headphones. And he says, I can't. He says, I can only just hear it. It's not loud. It is loud. And I've got deafness. But I don't wear my hearing aids, otherwise he'd blow my head off with television, even though I've got my headphones on. If I put my hearing aids in, I'd know. I mean, I've had hearing aids ages, never wore them. I didn't believe her when she said there was something wrong with my ears. I thought I got perfect hearing. I've never been one to say, you are. You know how to do sometimes. Oh, pardon, what? Other than the odd, oh, sorry, what? No. I don't know. This is a horrible diamond painting. Got yours already for you, Jane Marge? I put you an extra little tray in as well, and an extra pen, Jane Marge, because, and this is wax, you use this in the end of your pen. Where are I? Just stick your pen into your wax and twizzle it round like that, and it ends up pink inside your pen. And then you just pick you get your drills and pick it up. And it picks them up. I've not put any wax in this actually, but if you save your pens, and I've sent you a bit extra wax, it goes a long way, this stuff. You can use this for picking your gems up for your cards or any work that you're doing on your if you're picking gems and things up. I keep one on me. What's it desk now? I've thrown that piece out actually, because that piece of wax that were in there were dry. You have to change it now and again. I was finding last week before, when I were doing one of my diamond paintings, wax kept coming out on its own anyway. Damn thing. But I've just stick me tweezers in end and just lift it out so that I can put some fresh in. That's it, got it. Yeah, got it out now. Because it bums them up otherwise. And I haven't used this one for a bit, so I'll pull that one out as well. But yeah, so we're all looking forward to Andy May's videos, and we're all very interested. It's because it's something new as well that we've not seen before. I mean, I'm always into looking at new things and that. I like wait, not as easy to get out of this square one as it's come. I think I've got it. Nope. It's we all like new things to watch, and it's interesting to see what the people do. Oh, that's it. I've got it out, I think. I've got it. Yeah, I like to clean pens out now and again, get all that muck out. This is a, where are we? This is a like a 10 picker upper, a multi-placer. I don't like them. Don't like the multi-placers at all. I just can't use them. I've tried. I've seen them, even little ones. I've tried them several times, but I don't like them. Jane, you'll have no problems, honestly. The one I'm sending you, it's like this. It's round drills. These are the easier ones to do. And I thought that, and it's just a little one, and it's coffee cup time, coffee time. It's called, I think. But just take your time, you know. It's I'm telling you, once you get going, if you really get into it, first one, you'll get hooked. You'll love them because I think I like the special drill ones because you get rhinestones for them. But I also like these, but I prefer square. But for your first one, I think you're better off with a round. That's why I put your round one in. Just a little 30 by 30, which pans out at around about 25 by 25. Your paste area, because it's never as big as canvas set. But I put you a few little bags in as well. I use this for my drills. They're like little tic-tac boxes. They're great actually for keeping beads in. I've got about 4 or 5 of these now. And I can kit perhaps 2 or 3 paintings. I might kit them up and then just put them to one side, make a note which kit it's for which painting, and then it's ready. Because sometimes I don't always have too much time to sort my drills out to put them away, or I've nowhere to put my drills because I'm getting overrun now with spare drills, nowhere to keep them. I have nowhere to keep them at all. All right, Tracy, darling, thanks for coming. Oh, no, I'm not, Jane Marge. I'm just normal, no different to you. Hiya, Sarah. Welcome. Oh, it's lovely to have you. I'm glad you've called. Bye, Tracy. Yeah, we're just having a chinwag at the minute about diamond painting. And have you tried this, Sarah, yet? Diamond painting? And we've got our lovely, oh, do you know, my brain's flopped. It really has. Let me go back a minute. Yeah, we've got a new kind of crafting to get into, Sarah. Andy made us chainmail. And I was being thick as usual. Didn't know what chainmail were, or at least was. I know what chainmail is, but I didn't understand what she was saying about chainmail. And I've got a slurp. I've got a slurp of chocky. Look, chocky. Drinking chocky. Andy made us chainmail clothes, you know, for like jousting and that, how they wear the chainmail. Well, yeah, well, I hadn't. And there's quite a lot of people being surprised by it. And Andy May does this. And she's going to put us a video up at the end of this week or beginning next week to show us what she does. So we're all looking forward to that. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing that. No, we've not heard about it. So that should be fun. So if you want, this is Andy May's new to, well, she's newish to YouTube. What's D&D? At me. Who does D&D? What's D&D? Come on, stop it now, talking in foreign languages. Dungeons and Dragons, yeah. Mm-hmm. Role play. Hey, we don't want any naughty talking here about role play. We've heard about dirty books. We don't want dirty role play. Oh dear. We've been discussing books and things. I knew what you meant. I was kidding. Tut. Yeah, I know it's like Lancelot, that kind of thing. Jousting, Robin Hood, all them soldiers, medieval wear, medieval fashion. Oh, D&D Dungeons. Oh, that's what D&D is. See what I mean? I tell you. Pennies dropped. Pennies dropped. Yeesh. You see what they have to put up with on here? Nice. And I know, Julie, I know it's for said medieval soldiers and things. You think I'm thick, don't you? I know what you think. I don't know. I feel abused now, Julie. I feel abused. I've been put to shame. Yeah, but it's all the bits and bobs in that one costume. Took you a long time, didn't it? I've never actually played Dungeons and Dragons. I've heard about it, but I've never actually played. I don't know what you're supposed to do. But I'm not really into jousting type thing. Yeah, this is it. I mean, it's a specialist thing, isn't it? It's not just something you can run up in a weekend. Drink a lot, yeah. Oh, me, you aren't drinking a lot, yeah. I do. I agree with Jane Marge there. I think it's a special gift. I really do. I mean, it's not something I've ever actually come across somebody that does that. I think most things are simple when you know how, but you know, to find a new interest. Yeah. Well, I think you're amazing to do all like that. I don't think, mind you, my problem now is that my hands shake a lot. Again, that is age and medication. But my hands do. I get, I can't always be. Even this. Sometimes, if I've got a bit of a wobble on, I can make a bit of. I kept having to pull them off again. Yeah, I know this is it. It is some. I agree, Jane Marge. I really do. I'm with that. Fascinates me what people do. Yeah, I can't answer. This is me. I mean, this is why I never get me. My jump rings. I have a struggle even getting them level to just to something simple like a keychain or whatever, and I would make a job of that one. No, what sneak peek link is that? Have you put a link in chat? Would have to go back now and have a look. I can't wait now. No, all right, we'll go to that. We'll have a little nose at that one. Can't do it now because I'll break the link if I do. Yeah, that's fine. I'll go and have another look at that. I'll go and have a look at that one then now, and have a sneaky peek. Stick my neb in. I think sometimes, when you're doing one thing a lot and then you hear something new, it's just like a little bit like a breath of fresh air, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just breaks the breaks the monotony. That's why I like to do a lot of different things. But when I get one like this, it's enough to put me off because I just don't like this canvas at all. Oh, have you sneak peeked? Jane Maud, you've had a quick sneak peek. Well, I don't want this to put me off doing it because I don't. And I was so excited when this come. When I ordered it, the only thing that put me off to start with was a little bit dark. But having seen the canvas, I think the canvas is rubbish. I did a tiger coming out of a frame a little way back. If anybody noticed that one, I did put it up on video, and that's the same. You can't see the face; it's rubbish. Really, never sold it. It's Alice in Wonderland. No, it's not a Disney one. Definitely not a Disney one, Sarah. No. I saw another one after I'd ordered this one, and I were going to go and have a look at buying that one. I can't remember exactly where I saw it, but I'd have to double think now because This has upset me a little bit. I don't think it's, I don't know, it's just not, it looks too pixelated for me. I'm sure you'll be able to find, I'm sure you'll be able to find customers for that. Really, I do. I've just done a wolf one. Well, the one wolf, two wolves. There were two wolves on mine, and I've just got a 40 by 40, and it's me Ever Moment one from Ever Moment. Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. Expensive normally, but I got it, I think, at a reasonable price. And that's Wolf Girl. That's a girl. It's just the girl's head and the wolf's head. And she's got like an antler of some sort coming out of her head. And Wolf's got like a diamond shape like that on its forehead, you know, and it's flattening at the minute. And I think that will probably be my next diamond painting. I've got a couple I'm putting away. Well, I'm taking down to Wales with me. I'll kit them all. I can kit two smaller ones. I can actually kit them up in this together. So that's what I'm planning on doing, so that I've not got too much stuff to cart down.
No, you know.
I've got my little easel and my little light pad. I'll have to put up with them for duration of a week or 10 days. I'm not carting all this lot down, it's too big. But I really do want to get where do I buy what? These canvases, do you mean, Jane Marge? I get a lot of mine from AliExpress and I get a lot off eBay. If you go onto eBay for diamond paintings, and on the buy it nows rather than go on the buy it nows rather than the auctions, because you're going to be struggling to get them off auctions unless you pay a lot of money for them. Just normal eBay, or go on AliExpress UK, which takes you to eBay, so you might as well go on eBay anyway. And they're cheaper on there. And you can get some really nice ones as well. And a lot of the time from eBay, they come very quickly. I mean, you can be waiting. All right, my darling. Thanks for popping in, Sarah. It's been lovely having you here. Speak to you again soon. Take care. Make my brain movies. Yeah, they'll come a lot quicker sometimes, depending on where you're buying them from on eBay. They can come within a week. If you're buying them from AliExpress, they can take as long as 50, 60 days, which is a couple of months. I can't understand why that is, but it is what it is. I have just had a delivery from AliExpress. Which one was it? I can't remember. Might have been this one, actually. Might have been this. I had a couple. I put a video up of the night. I can't remember now. This is me. See, I opened them up. I think not yesterday, day before. Done a video. Can't remember what they are. How bad is that? But you see, if you go to eBay, just check where it's coming from. It'll give you an approximate delivery. But if it's China, you know, you just got to be a bit careful where you're buying. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with them. Just a long wait. Just trying to think what I can think of this. On AliExpress, Home Fun is quite a good one. They're not bad. And it's just spelled HOMFUN. Oh dear. We have a troll in the house. Go away. Let's just get rid of him. That's it. I've got rid of him. Yeah, I've got rid of him. Oh, I didn't know Marissa was still here. Thanks, Marissa. I've just done another one of him as well. Where'd he come from? Oh dear. There's always one in there. I don't know. But there's a lot of people buying them from Diamond Art Club on Facebook. If you like that kind of, there's and I'm sorry because I can't tell you the name of the artist. It's more what I call some of them are a little bit more abstract. What's a troll? It's when somebody just pops in and starts talking Percy filth or whatever on live streams. But yeah, if you have moderators, like I've got Marissa, Tracy DP was a moderator, and so is Caroline. But I've still got Marissa in the house, so we've still got a moderator on. They just can squish them. Yeah, they don't worry about them. I mean, they're just plain stupid. They've got nothing better to do. But sod Laurent, just the same. Yeah, there's Diamond Art Club, and they're quite expensive, but they are very good quality. But unfortunately for UK, shipping's a little bit on the high side. So I got in there and I got a free one. And Caroline and Tracy are still trying to work out how I did it. And it just come up. You know, I could have a free one, and I got a free one. I didn't pay. It said I could pay for the delivery and get it on express delivery. And I thought, no, I'll wait. I'm patient. I'll wait. I got it within 3 days. So I got it in express delivery anyway and didn't pay anything for it. I didn't pay shipping. Can't go wrong, can you, really? Yeah, but you just don't let them get to you, Julie. You know, I mean, the thing is, if you do let them get to you, they win. You know what I mean? Oh, 11-year-old girl in critical condition after driver hit her. An 11-year-old girl is in critical condition after being hit by a car while she exited her school bus. Oh dear. That was just something that come up. I think sometimes they manage to offend whoever, you know, if it's sometimes some people are a bit sensitive, which is only fair, you know. I mean, it's the way, you know, the way we are, isn't it? Basically. Um, I just don't let them bother me. I can laugh them off, but some people do get upset. Yeah, I agree with that, Marissa. I'm saying, but they don't worry me. It doesn't happen that often, really. It's been, um, yeah, that's what I think. They're just looking for attention. I think really it's just best to hide them or whatever, click them off, block them. You can do that, and they can't get back on until perhaps next time, and then you just do the same again. Yeah, I think it's rare that you get the same troll every time. There is somewhere on YouTube, I believe, where they can see where all the live streams are, and that's how they get to find out who's got a live stream on, and then they just come in and they can they put something rude up, or you know, they're idiots. That's not got a life, nothing better to do with the time, really. It's a shame. But I know one or two. I think the first one Caroline got, she was a little bit upset about it. I think more concerned than anything. But they were calling us British bar stewards. I'm wrong. That's the only one I saw, but I know he's been on 3 times because Marissa cleared him off. Yeah, I think because the Prince Harry's baby's been born today. I know that there's quite a lot of the excuse me. I've seen quite a lot of Americans on the Sun's live stream regarding Prince Harry and Meghan's baby, and there's a lot of people saying things like, "Oh, a surrogate must be slim now," and she's not really pregnant, she's putting it on, and all this, and really saying terrible things. And they're the kind of people that you just take off. And it's quite possibly somebody that's sort of anti-establishment, as it were, just going on British live streams and, you know, trying to upset you. Don't worry. Yeah, I mean, they can say what they like. I mean, the words, you know, I always think sticks and stones. Uh, First one we've had for a while, because, I mean, I think Caroline's last two I've been clear of. My last one, I don't mean yesterday's either, I mean my last Monday's I was free of. Yeah, they're only coming on live streams, Jane Marge, so you needn't worry. I mean, if you do a live stream, which I don't think you probably would under your circumstances, but yeah, anybody, it's only live streams. Yeah, I think probably I'll been out to a pub and had the skin full. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't actually really, I couldn't remember whether you were still here or not, Marissa, to be honest. Because I know Caroline went early-ish on, and then Tracy, so I weren't sure. I mean, I can show them off myself if need be, but I'm not sure I'm happy about this here thing I've got with Fruitini. I don't know what it is this thing that she's got. It's like a games thing. And I went into it and I joined it last night, but it's a darn nuisance actually. It keeps putting messages up on my screen and it's annoying. Discord, that's right, yeah. I'm not really sure it's the kind of thing that I really want, to be honest. I weren't sure what it were. I thought it was just like a messaging room for each other, but it's all like what I call boys' games, computer games mostly, that I can see. There is a chat room as well, but yeah, it's not really what I expected. So I don't know. I didn't get much done. I did that bit. Actually, I've done quite a bit down here before I come on. I just wanted to get all my bottom bit finished. And then I can play on my top bit as I like. But I'll see what it looks like when it's framed. It might be all right. It could be... it might look all right behind glass, but I'm not impressed with this one. Just disappointed. The other one will look quite nice, actually. Oh, I put more than you down then. Wow. Just when I first went on and I was waiting for people to come, I must have got a bit like that much done. So I weren't bad then. I can't finish it. I'll show it you. If you just bear with me a second, I'll show it you. There it is. I've just got all these little bits to fill in when I get me drills. But otherwise, it's finished. It's beautiful. I love this one. I've been looking at it again today. Funnily enough, whether to do another. Oh, you can't see him, can you? I've got it resting it up against. But it's lovely. I fancy the other one that's got, there's a blue one on one side and a pink one on other. identical, like a twin, boy and girl. The DP-a-thon, we go on 2 hours. Lots of ladies all have 2-hour sessions, one following the other straight through, all through Saturday night and all through Sunday. And it's great. Live streams, that is. They're all live streams. You just hop from one to next one when next one starts. One finishes, another one starts. Well, they can come off now and again, but I use Mod Podge Luster and water, and then I just, when it's finished, I just cover it all over, let it dry overnight, and then they don't move. But if you're putting it behind glass, they won't come off anyway. Yeah, it's good fun. It's really good fun. It's the DP-a-thon. There's a few crooked lines. But you can't see gaps when it's not on light, when it's not got light behind it. This is where I'm waiting. They didn't send me that colour. It was missing out of the package. So, hello, my darling. Well, you want my sweetheart? You want cuddles? Oh dear, I need to get on Mummy's knee. Just a minute. We have a baby. Oops, Daisy. Come on, jump up here. Turn around that way and look. Here. Say hello to everybody. This is Rosie Posey. This is our little Rosie Posey. Okay. Thank you, Marissa. I shall be shutting down later, and it's very soon anyway. I will. Hi, Fruitini. I'm glad you managed to. Oh, I'm out of breath. It did upset me a little bit that I didn't do my inventory straight away, so I didn't know. And by the time I found out, it was too late. This is our little Rosie. My little fur baby, are you? Hey? Are you a sweetheart? What's that there? Was that Rosie? That's you. You on telly? Yes, you are. Oh, yeah. Where are you going? She doesn't know. That's it, she's going to be sat. Oh. So, yes, I've ordered. I am 177 short on there, and I've had to buy 4,000 just to get it. And the cottage on a teacup, cottage garden on a teacup, I was 36 short of one colour, and I've had to order 4,000 for 36. So, not impressed, really. But there is actually a group on Facebook that I didn't know about, that you can join, and you can buy 200 from them. You don't need to buy such a lot. And that would have been a lot quicker than waiting for China. Yeah, little Westie, Rosie Posey. My little Westie. She's a little sweetheart as well. I had a little Westie before, but she were a grumpy old bugger. Not my Rosie. She's so, so beautiful. She's soft and she's loving. Well, I've had to buy them because I left it too late to tell them they were missing. So I've just gone to a seller and... Oh, Auntie Julie's saying, hi, little princess. Auntie Julie's seen you. Have you seen her before, Julie, close up? Yeah, she's not bothered. She's doing the nails here at the minute. Aren't you? Doing some with nails. Yep, so my little sugar plum.
Betty Big Boobs, we got on.
I got, can you hear it? Betty Big Boobs, Julie's talking about you. Harry's saying, there's Betty Big Boobs on. Is there something that I should know about? Oh dear. You've not got to be a troll, Harry. We're getting rid of trolls tonight. I don't know. Hey dear. Little tweet. Won't you? She's been in trouble today, Julie, I'll tell you. She's been pulling 7 bells out of flaming sheepskin rug. And I kept flicking her ear, stop it, stop it. Then she'd stop for a minute and look up, give me a dirty look. And then she'd carry on. And she's not normally destructive. It's the only thing I've ever known her to at. Are you chewing your leg off? What are you doing? Hey? Let me see. Oh, no, she's not. Eesh. Oh, she's back. That was quick. Has she got fleas? No, she's not got fleas. No, she's never had fleas. She's got a skin condition, Jane Marge, and we've been trying to get it sorted for years through the vet. And then in September, last September, we sacked our vets and we went to a new vet. And after the first visit, we saw an improvement within a week of her being there to a different vet. And a vast improvement by the time Christmas come round. But unfortunately, I think it was in January, the normal vet that we normally see wasn't there, and it was a woman. And she took her off her antibiotics. She dropped her steroid tablet down a bit, and she had a massive flare-up. And we're just getting back. In fact, I'm just looking now how a coat is actually covering her bare patches up now. She was nearly bare. This is exactly what it looked like, right? It looked like she got a jacket on instead of a full coat. I mean, from halfway down the back to her bum, we're nearly bald. And she got a lovely fur coat up on top, so it just looked like she got a jacket on. But she's not scratching as much as she were by a long way. Yeah. She is a good girl. She's beautiful. She was 9 at Christmas. And those that don't know, I had a Westie before her, and she died on Day before Christmas Eve, while we were in Spain, Phoebe died. Well, I had her put to sleep because she was so very ill. And I sat with her and cried for a long time. And unbeknownst to me, this little one here was born the same day as Phoebe died. Rosie was actually born on the day Phoebe was put to sleep. And we went after the story. I said, I've got to have another one. He said, don't need another one. I said, do need another one. I've got like this vacant hollow in me I need to fill. So we went and had a look at these Westie puppies. And to cut a long story short, here she is. And she's 9 now. Phoebe died when she was 9. And because Rosie was so poorly, coming up to September last year, with this cold, and she did look ill. And she was scratching and she smelled. And it don't matter how much you bath her, she'd still smell. And apparently it was the yeast in the bacteria that she got on her skin, even though it was bathing her. It weren't getting rid of it. But within the first week, 2 weeks of seeing that vet, the new vet, she totally different. The bright red skin went down to a normal pink. She stopped smelling. She stopped scratching. Her coat started to develop again. What are you getting, Jane Marge? Kind of a dog you're getting? She's ever so good. She's lovely. Little sweetheart, aren't you? There you go. What's she get now? She's no trouble at all. But I will say, they say Westies are renowned for skin problems, but my Phoebe never had any issues with her skin at all. It did cost us a lot when there were other vets. Every time we went, it were £100 plus. And the thing is, there was nothing happening. Oh, Schnauzer. Oh, wow. Lovely. Have you got one lined up? Has somebody got pups coming? Or are you just hoping to drop lucky one and find one? She is a good little thing, though. She's not no trouble. No trouble at all. Yeah, but costing us in fact, we bought her while we were in Spain. And because Phoebe got a passport when we moved out to Spain. We've got to get her a passport. And we organised it. She had her rabies jab and everything done. But when we got to UK, she got to go into quarantine for 6 months. So we actually didn't have her for the first 6 months. Well, for a full 6 months. We'd only had her for about, got her in March, we came back in June. We'd had her for a couple of months. Hey, where you going, Jane March, for your holiday? You going abroad or? She's just sorting sofa out. Look at this on sofa. I've got covers on sofa to stop her marking it. And she just scuffs them all up. No, yeah. Are comfy? Are you comfy girly now? Let me show them where you are. Okay. Can you see how dark she is down that side? Oh, turkey. Oh, you're brave. Don't think I fancy turkey. Not in the climate that they've got at the moment with fighting and what have you. You can see where she lost her coat. All down there on her tongue, and from sort of where my ear down the back that way. If you get her a passport, you'll be able to take it to. Are you having a girl or a boy? Well, I don't doubt Turkey's lovely. I mean, actually, some years ago, we were planning to go to Turkey. And then I had a choice. We either had a fortnight in Turkey or I had a new kitchen. And I'm afraid new kitchen won. So never did actually get to Turkey, but it did look nice where we were planning on going. That this kitchen just happened to come up reasonable. So I'm being married to I was married to a joiner at the time, you know. It's been a nightmare for her as much for about 4.5, 5 years it went on for. Oh, you want a little boy, dear? Oh, I always have girls. They're more loving, well, usually. Suppose it depends on breed, but I found girls. Bitches are usually more, well, I think so. But Julie's got 2 little boys, and they're lovely. How many, Jules? What's yours? She's got a, what do they call them? Do you know? Pitbull, Staffy. Julie's got a Staffy, and I don't know what other one is, can't remember. I think they're not both Staffies, are they, Julie? I can't think. I think she might have Julie gone. Hey there, Jules. Where you gone, girlie? I bet she's gone to make a brew. Oh, they love it. Do you know it all depends on owners? I have to say that, Jane Margie, it's a fact. Staffies are the gentlest breed with the right parents. And that's God's honest truth. I think Staffies are so gentle. Yeah, I think either that or she'll be eating booze. I find, I mean, I've always had bitches. Dad always had bitches. The thing is, once they've had the first season, if you're not wanting puppies, just have the spade. Your troubles will be over. Because not only does it save you from the problems of being in season, it will also calms them down. It doesn't spoil them, as a lot of people will say. It does not spoil them. Again, if a dog gets mardy and, you know, it's nothing to do with dog. It's to do with the owner. It's how they tread. Every time. All right, I've got next door's got a Staffy. Now she does a lot of barking. She's a good dog. She's gentle with kids because they've got very small grandchildren, and she's good with kids. But she barks too much for my liking. She barks for nothing, where Rosie doesn't. If somebody comes to window, say somebody comes peering through a window, she'd bark like buggery, but she doesn't bark for nothing. Ever. Oh, she might. Now then, this is where it might be a changing story. Rosie Posey doesn't like other doggies on television when she's got a bicky because she thinks they're coming for her bicky. So she barks sometimes at them. Julie, I know you've got one Bonzo's a Staffy into what's the other one? Definitely, Andy May. I agree. You know, you've got to have love for a dog. If you're not a dog person, don't have a dog. Simple as. If you're not a cat person, don't have a cat. You've got to love your pet like you would love a child. Julie, what's other one? You've got Bonzo's a Staffy. What's other one? Are they both Staffies? Oh, they are. Yeah. Right. Okay, Marissa, thanks for being around. I'm glad you joined us and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now, Kel. Take care. Oh, you're welcome, Marissa. Anytime.
What kind of dogs do Welsh people have?
I don't know.
Tappies.
No, we both said that we wouldn't have another one when Rosie's gone. And I would like in a heartbeat have another. I wouldn't have a pup. If I had another dog now, I would have have to excuse me, folks, I'm having a fag. I would have a rescue. I wouldn't have another puppy. And it would only be a small breed. I would have liked a Shih Tzu. Yes, it is Harry. Oh, no, it's not Henry. It's Harry. Laura Law called him Henry. I thought that was hilarious. It's Harry. Also, when he's in one of them modes. Staffy too. Staffies, I love Staffies, Julie, but they're too big for me now to handle. You know what I mean?
I like taffy apples.
Well, again, if they've been reared, you know, when they, depending on where they're born and the people that you actually get the animal from, if they do their job right, you shouldn't have a lot of work to do. What I mean by that is when breeders have a litter of pups, it's up to them to try and get them to go potty outside when they've had a meal. That's the first thing we did when we had ours. We had them in house. All right, we had them in a little corner. Like, you know, the alcove outside of a chimney breast. We boxed that off. And that's where the pups were with Mum in the house. And when we fed them, I mean, while they're very small, Mum's lick, and they don't do anything because the mum licks it all clean. But as they're getting a bit older and you're weaning them, you feed them, you know, like all together, feed them, and then take them all outside and go potty. Eventually they get used to that feeding toilet. So hopefully, if the breeder has done that for the first 8 weeks, 4 weeks, you start weaning them around about 4 weeks. If the breeder's done that for 4 weeks, you shouldn't have a problem with it. The only problem you might have is in first few nights of restlessness sleeping wise, unless you take it up to bed into your bedroom with you. But you can always put a little furry teddy in its bed or two, and they'll think that they're with the brothers and sisters. Perhaps an old alarm clock. Yeah. Yeah, if you get somebody that's a little bit hands-on with the breeding of them, and they know how to, rear them from small. Because some people don't. They keep them outside in a shed, and I'm not saying they're cruel, because that's not the intention. They just don't want them messing the house. But to me, if you play card right, you don't get messy in the house anyway. Oh, I know that they're adorable. Staffies, Julie, I'm with you on that. I love them. I mean, she's lovely next door. Just noisy, Sasha. Molly were nice. Molly didn't bark a lot. That what dog they had before Sasha. But she lost Molly. Very unexpected as well. To poorly 1 minute and gone next. It were heartbreaking. Oh, is he? Bless him. You've been beating him with sellotape rolls. You cruel mummy. My mum had a little border terrier. Oh, God. If he sneezed, she'd run a mile. She was terrible. Sally. The slightest mark and she'd cower. First noise and, oh, dear me. She was shocking. She was terrified. But, and when my mum were a little bit, shall I say, clumsy with dropping things or whatever, and Sally had run a mile, you'd think you'd chucked a bomb at her, a grenade at her or something. She was shocking. But I don't know. But puppies are lovely. You can grow with them, you can train them to do what you want. I mean, I had Candy, my first Springer Spaniel. I had her rolling over this way, rolling over that way. I could hide a bonio and say, find it. And she'd go around the house looking for it and find them. She'd find them every time. But she'd look everywhere. I just used to say to her, roll over, and she'd roll over. Other way, she'd go other way. And it would give me a paw, this one. Now other paw. And she knew all what I was saying. She did all that. But she didn't like me going out of house without her. She'd grab me hand and bring me back in. And then bite me nose. Well, she didn't bite me nose, but she just held me nose. She was so funny. That dog were almost human. She said, woo, 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 woo. She'd go at me, and I said, oh, dearie me, that sounds serious. She was lovely, Candy. That were heartbreaking when I lost her. She'd gone for a simple x-ray to vets, and she was looking at me something terrible, and when I left her, and I says, oh, go on, you're fine, I'll see you in a bit, I'm coming for you, I'm coming back for you. And at 3 o'clock, phone rang, and it was that, and he said they found a massive tumour. And he says, what do you want us to do? He says, I can't. And I says, what do you think? And he says, well, I can't tell you. It's up to you to do whatever. And I said, well, let me put it this way. If it was your dog, what would you do? He says, well, I wouldn't wake her up. And I said, well, in that case, do that. And so I never did see her again. I gutted, and that was the biggest wrench ever. And I felt so guilty because I'd said to her, "Go on, you'll be fine, I'll see you in a bit." And I didn't. So that was a heartbreaking one, that one. And they are clever, and they can be very loyal. Well, they usually are. They're loyal. If you're good to them, they're good to you. It's simple as that. I mean, Candy, anybody could talk to Candy. Anybody could approach her. They could put their hand out and stroke her. She'd wag a tail for you. I used to take her in. I worked in a pub. And occasionally when it was my time, when I weren't working, I'd pop in, I'd take her in with me. And they were all fussy with her. And one day I went, and my boss had just finished his dinner, and he come in, walking through into the tap room where I was, sat talking with a customer. And he'd just got a paper napkin in his hand, and he screwed it up and threw it at me. And Candy nearly ripped my arm off trying to get at him for just throwing a blooming napkin at me. She went off me. He said, "You got a bloody wild dog there." I said, "No, I haven't. I've got a wild boss." That's nice when you can do that. Rosie sleeps in our room. She'll come on bed and she actually lays up me. When I get into bed, she walks straight up me and plonks down on my chest and lays there. But as soon as light was out, she goes down to her bed on floor. We've got our bed's quite high because we've got them electric beds. And so we have like a box that's side at bed, like a footstool thing that you lift lid up, but it's quite tall. She can climb down, but on these days she can't climb up. But she goes straight to bed, goes on her own bed. And she knows she can sleep with us, we don't mind. She'll even get in for 5 minutes, but she won't stay. Oh, it's terrible, that. And you know, my heart breaks for you, Jane Marge, because that would break me as well. It really, the fact that you've actually fought through what you've gone through and come out the other side and lost so much, and especially if you've lost your little dog as well, that makes it 10 times worse, doesn't it? Hiya, Jeannie Dreamer, welcome. Just catching you now. I have a little time to say, so want to say hello. Okie dokie, hello. And we're glad you did. I'm really glad you popped in. How you doing? Oh, sweetheart. I'm sorry, I didn't want to upset you, Jeannie. Jane Marge. But you're on the right way. You're going the right way now, Jane Marge. So just keep going in that same direction, on the mend, and the little dog will just be icing on the cake. Well, this is my little dog, Jeannie. This is the one that's causing me all this heartbreak. All right. Well, yeah, I know. I mean, I think I'd be the same if I didn't have her. I know I will be, but I put all them covers on there straight. And by the time Rose, mind you, Harry's been asleep on there quite a long time tonight, so he's disrupted some of them. But Rosie pulls them back. I put them on to stop her marking furniture, because she's got this habit of licking her paws, and she misses the paws sometimes, and she's licking at the sofa. That I don't like. You were getting dirty looks, I'll tell you, when you were laid on. Yeah, Harry got laid down on the sofa tonight after tea for a bit of a snooze. And Rosie was so disgusted. Because she has a bed upstairs, she has a bed downstairs as well, down here at the side of my chair. And she had to go to the bed because Daddy was on her sofa. And she wasn't happy, not one little bit happy. And she gave him the dirtiest look. You know, if he could talk, I tell you, language of this blue, isn't it? Hey, you tell him, won't you, baby? She looks at you through the corner of her eye, you know. She pretends she's not listening, but she looks at you through the corner. She's a little minx, but I won't be without her. I tell you, because I lost Phoebe at 9, I was worried about her because she weren't well. So I thought I might be going to lose her as well, but we've got beyond that. Thank goodness. And she's still doing all right. She is now. We've got this new vet. I don't think we'd have lasted long. It is. Yes, I agree. I agree, Julie, there. Yeah, I think some of us couldn't have done anything like what she's done, what she's gone through, and come out of it, you know, the other side. Definitely. Anyway, it's nearly 11 o'clock. And I've been here since 7:30. So I'm going to wind up. And thank you all very, very much for coming. Another sneak peek. Well, I'm going to go and have a look. I'm going to have to scroll back to see it. Yeah, we want to see. Of course we want to see. It's been a pleasure to have you. I have enjoyed it. All right, he's asking for approval to show it, and I've approved it. So, once again, thank you all for coming. I've enjoyed this evening immensely. You've been lovely company, all of you, and I look forward to doing this again next Monday. And if you want to come by, feel free, it's open house. And so until then, I'm going to say good night and love you all. So we're just winding up, Jane Marge. But go and have a look at this other sneak peek that yeah, it's yeah, I've been on 3.5 hours. I'm a frigging nuisance, Harry. Yeah, it's been lovely, and but I want to sort of get some of this stuff shifted away so as I can take me. I've got to get on my nebulizer. If I don't get on my nebulizer soon now, probably flake out. So take care, everybody. Yeah, love you too, sweetheart. And you need to keep your eyes open for posts this week. And I'll speak to you again next week. Bye bye for now. Mwah! To all of you.